What if the stories you hear about haunted houses aren't just stories? What if the whispering voices in the darkness are real? Tonight, join me as we uncover the terrifying truth behind an abandoned house that's been forgotten by time until one curious soul dared to enter. But once you step inside, there's no turning back. The spirits are waiting. Will she escape? Or will the house claim another victim? Keep watching if you dare. Lena, a young woman with an insatiable curiosity, stood before the old, decaying house. Whispers filled the air about the place, a dark history, rumors of restless spirits, but she wasn't one to believe in such things. Armed with nothing but a flashlight and her skepticism, she approached the front door. The creaking of the door echoed through the silence as she unlocked it. The darkness greeted her, thick with an oppressive energy. The air was cold, the house old, its walls steeped in dust and cobwebs. Lena moved deeper, the beam of her flashlight cutting through the shadows. With every step, the temperature seemed to drop. The silence was unnerving, broken only by the sound of her own footsteps echoing through the house. Suddenly, she felt it, a sense that something was wrong. It wasn't just the chill in the air, it was the feeling of being watched. She shook it off. She passed a mirror on the wall and froze. For a split second, she thought she saw a figure in the reflection, but when she blinked, the mirror was empty. Her heart raced, but she ignored it. Just the shadows, she whispered to herself. But then, the whispering began. A soft voice, barely audible, seemed to rise from the walls themselves. Lena's breath caught in her throat. "Hello," she called out, her voice trembling. No answer. Only more whispers, growing louder, urging her to follow them. The sound seemed to come from upstairs. Despite the fear creeping up her spine, Lena felt herself moving toward the staircase. She knew she should turn back, but the curiosity was overpowering. As she ascended the stairs, the whispers became more frantic, almost pleading. At the top of the stairs, she found herself at the end of a narrow hallway. The door at the far end stood slightly ajar. Hesitation tugged at her, but she pushed it open. The room inside was empty, save for a strange symbol drawn on the floor in chalk. A circle filled with unfamiliar markings. At the center of the circle sat a small wooden box. Lena's heart pounded. She knelt to examine it, her hands shaking as she opened the box. Inside was a photograph, old and yellowed, showing the house in flames. Its windows cracked and dark. Standing before the burning house was a shadowy figure, its face obscured. Lena felt a cold shiver wash over her, a sudden sense of dread gnawing at her. The whispers grew louder, swirling around her, as if coming from all directions. She dropped the photograph, but before she could move, the door behind her slammed shut, trapping her in the room. Panic surged. The whispers turned into chaotic murmurs, growing louder, more urgent. Lena spun around, only to see a shadowy figure emerging. From the corner of the room, the same figure from the photograph. It was coming toward her, its presence suffocating. The room grew colder, the air thick with malice. She backed away, desperate to escape, but the door was locked. Her heart raced, her breath shallow. The figure advanced, its face still hidden, but she could feel its malevolent presence. The whispering reached a deafening crescendo as she turned and ran, the sound of footsteps echoing behind her, growing faster and louder. Lena ran through the house, her flashlight flickering, the walls seemingly closing in around her. The temperature dropped, her breath fogging in the air. The whispers followed her, echoing in the hallways, surrounding her. She ran until she burst through the front door, her chest heaving, but the whispers didn't stop. They lingered in the back of her mind, haunting her. She ran, not stopping until the house was far behind her, but the whispers never truly faded. Every night, they returned, creeping into her dreams, filling her mind with their call. The house still waited for the next curious soul, the next person to step into its darkness. And somewhere, deep inside, it still whispered,